Hi folks, thanks for joining me again. What you see in the vise is a balloon sedge. So without further ado, let's get into it. So in the vise is a Hanak H130 barbless hook. This one's at size 12 and it's a fine wire hook. The thread I'm going to be using today is the UTC. It's a tan thread at 140 denier. And the first thing I'm going to do is only wax the first couple of inches of thread here. You don't want a lot of wax on this for this pattern. So I'm just rubbing my fingers through it. You only want the wax to initially get that wrapped down. So I'm starting in behind the eye and I'm going to wrap all the way down. Now as you can see, the UTC thread's flattened out there, and that's good because that's exactly what I want. So I've stopped just past the point, and the next thing I'm going to do is catch in my body material. So what I'm going to use is one of these magic quills. This is the size small. I've already taken out the packet and I have it here on the side of my vise. So I'm going to have it tied down with the sticky side towards me. And just want to catch it in at the very tip, like so. Then I can put it to the side, and what I want to do next is concentrate on building a nice taper into my body. Now if your thread isn't flattened out, just give it a turn anti-clockwise and it should flatten out for you, no problem. It's great. That's one of the things I really like about the UTC threads. They just they flatten out, no bother. And if you want to split your thread, it's just dead easy. You know, it's quite, especially the 140 for old folks like me that don't see so well. It's perfect. It's got its downfalls though, to be fair. I'm just taking my time on the body because I want it to be right, and it does take a bit of effort. So bear with me. I've just about got the taper I want. Now I don't want to build too big a taper because at the end of the day this is a dry fly, and it's a CDC dry fly, so you know it needs all the help it can get to stay afloat. Next I'm going to bring my rib around, and the first turn I really want to catch onto the shank of the hook, like so. Then the next turn I'm trying to ease it onto the body of the fly, and this is the most difficult part actually. It's just getting this up onto the body. Once you get going, it's no bother at all. It's they're dead easy to work with, these magic quills actually. They're very strong and just a pleasure to use. I've used lots of synthetic quills over the years, and these are by far the best ones I've come across. So I'm just bringing that up, touching turns to create my segmented body, and then as I get to the end I can bring my thread over and catch that in. Simply remove the excess. Now you can keep this for a bigger fly if you want. In fact I'm going to do that. Just put it to the side. Next I'm going to just give the magic quill the very thinnest coats of UV. Now it doesn't really need protecting like this, but I just think it makes the body stand out a little bit better. So I'll just catch that together and then give it a blast with a UV pen. There we go, all done. Okay, the CDC you require for the wing, I'm going to use some of this Troutline Ultra Select CDC. It's a tan feather. I've already picked a couple out of the packet, and I'm going to line up the tips. And what I want to do is just catch it in. There's no wax on my thread at this point, because you want to be able to slide your CDC back. Now take your time with this. You don't want to pull it out, or much swearing will ensue, and then you might have to go and have a cup of tea. So I've pulled it right back to where I can cover it, and then I'm just going to clamp down on that. Now at this point you can add a little bit of wax, because you want the grip when you're bringing it back over. Now to get your balloon, if you like, I like to just come in with my scissors and stretch it back to what I'd like. Try and just manipulate the feather so that you get that balloon shape. Now I don't want the balloon shape protruding too far past the bend of the hook. So I'm not happy with that. I'm going to just stop. Do it again. And that seems a little bit better. Nope. Yeah, it's not playing particularly well. Right. If you're not happy with something, it always pays to stop and just get happy, or you know, you'll not sleep at night. I go to bed tonight twisting and turning, wondering why I didn't bother to just sort this out while I had the chance. So once you've got it how you like it, a couple of turns, then lift your CDC at the point, then you can remove the excess at the front here. Now what I was after getting there, all that faffing about, and I'll just move the vise so you can see, was I wanted the spines of the CDC on top like this. So what I can do now is just tidy up this bit at the front here. And then, because I've used two CDC feathers, I'm able to fan that out like so. Just going to remove some of the tippy bits here, and that's looking much better. I'm much more happy with the way that's sitting now. Next, I'm going to bring my thread all the way in behind the CDC wing, a couple of turns in behind there, and I'm going to just give it a little encouragement to go anti-clockwise, and I'm going to add some dubbing. I'm going to use the Troutstalker's dubbing. This is the tweaked natural. I know I use it a lot, but I just really like it. It's a great material. It's so easy to work with, and you get a lot of colours and glisten in it. Just imparts life into a fly. So I'll just put that down ready. I've flattened it all out with my fingers, and I'm going to just open up my thread to create a dubbing loop. Then I can pop my little bit of tweaked natural dubbing in and give it a good old spin up. Now I'm not generally a big fan of CDC dries, especially for the river. I just find that unless you're fishing really canally water, the survivability rate of them is not good, and once a fish takes them, then you're kind of really struggling to recover it. You know, it's got to go in the patch for a bit for a dry often. So I've got my dubbing loop created there, and I'm going to just pull that back, and I want to get 2 turns in behind the dubbing loop. Sorry, the CDC loop. And the reason for that is I want it to stand up like that, like the wings of a natural fly. Then I can come over with a couple of turns to the front, and to finish off, a little bit of UV resin on the thread, and then, as I was saying, coming with your quick finish tool, just to finish that off. Just 3 turns. Want to keep the head nice and small. Snip away your waste, and then don't forget to give it a blast with your UV pen. And the job's a good one, as they say. Now you can titivate it up a little bit if you want to just take away some of the excess CDC that you might not want, or the dubbing. But you can spend ages just doing that. But there we go. Job's a good one, and that'll do you. I mean, I do like to tie this in the bigger sizes, but I've just no size 10s left, so I'll have to use a 12. I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you got something out of it. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please think about doing it. I would really appreciate it. See you all next time.